Alright YouTube, so it's Nisha. I'm back. I know I told you guys that earlier I posted a video that I was getting ready to prep to start making my U-part wig. So I am done. I've done my braid pattern. I have my leave out. I have everything ready. What I'm going to do basically in this video is show you the pattern and also put my spandex dome cap on, and then I'm going to etch and sketch the outline of where I want my tracks to stop because the cap is kind of big on me. I know it was still big with my hair out and poofy, so I can just imagine with my hair braided what it's actually like. So I'm just going to show you the pattern that I chose to do. I kind of took a few things from different videos. Like I know I seen a video where a girl just went straight all the way down on the sides, but then in Miss Shonda she does like a, she brings it up and around like that. So I took a couple, and then someone else had like a one braid across the back. It's like a start to finish kind of type of thing. So I'll show you what I did, and I hope that this technique works for this U-part wig and it actually lasts. So let me show you what I did here. Okay, so above my U part, I started here, and then I came around this braid and down and on down, and I took this braid all the way down the side and all the way over to this side of my hair. And then I came here and I started here, and I took this braid all the way down and then around, and I took this one all the way around to this side. And then I'm sorry, I went the wrong way. So then I took the next one and I took it and I came all the way down and around here and all the way down and again, and I took it all the way around the side, and then I connected it with this one from the original one that came from this side, and I braided that one all the way straight across. From that point, I just went down. I braided down, 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 down. Everything else goes down. All the rest of them go down. Just straight back, and down. Once I got to where they were all braided, I took these four, 1, 2, 3, 4, and I braided them. And then if you can see, I rolled them back and braided them and then sewed them to my head across this way. And I did the same thing on this side to keep my perimeter braid free so that I'm able to sew my cap down. The braids that came all the way down to here that were a little bit longer, it was 8 braids. I took 4 in each, braided it up, and then I just sewed it, and then I sewed it up across the back this way, up across the back this way. So these two on the side one came straight across here and the other came straight across here. The two that were here came up and came up, and then I just sewed down the stragglers or whatever. So that is my braid pattern. I also had the braid straight along the bottom there where I wanted my first track to be, a nice sturdy braid. This again is going to be my leave out. My only thing about my leave out, I'm sorry, I'm looking for my little combs. The only thing that I'm not sure on about my leave out is this. Let me take it down so I can show you. Where'd my comb go? Where's my little comb? Okay, but I'll show you. Anyway, I don't need the comb, but basically, okay. So basically, the only thing about my leave out is that if you can see here, I took the braids all the way to the edge. So once I'm gonna see how it works once I have it. I'm looking in the mirror, sorry to do this part, but once I have it to where it's going to be like this, my only thing is it should cover, because again my hair is going to be kind of poofy. It's going to be nice and full, so it should cover, the middle part should cover. Also, I did leave out enough so that if I wanted, I could do like a little slant part, or something like that, just the everyday kind of, not every day have the middle part down the middle. So I left out enough for that, but I think my leave out was pretty good. So what I'm going to do now is basically I'm going to braid this part, because I had a theory on how to I had a theory on the best way to match my hair to the hair pattern. So I'm going to attempt that theory now. So I'm just going to, and these braids are nice and tight. I mean nice and tight. And I did them this way because I figured normally when I do a sew-in, I do it and then I add a net to it. So I'm just going to braid these. I split it in half down the middle, and I'm just going to braid it. Braid them nice and tight. and just braid it right on down. I have a little oil. I will show you the oil in a second that I'm dipping my fingers in, kind of to just, oil the hair as I'm braiding it, and possibly to help set the design, the pattern that I want to come out in this design. So, but I'll show you here because also it's the same oil that I oiled my scalp with after I finish my braid pattern, and I'm going to show you the products that I use to do my braid pattern. So basically I'm just going to braid this all the way down, and I'm going to braid this all the way down to the tip because then again I need my ends to blend. So I'm going to put a little oil on my finger and braid this down as far as I can get it down, like such. Okay, and I'm just going to roll a little bit of oil through the last of it. So same thing on this side. I'm just going to start the braid and braid it on down. And actually, I don't think that the wig is going to take me that long because I've made one. I did a trial run the other day, and it really didn't take me that long. Even though I only used one pack of hair on that trial run, I still don't think it's going to take me that long. The thing that took the longest was this part, figuring out how I wanted my pattern to go. Seeing as this is my first quick weave, or I don't know why I keep saying quick weave, but seeing as this is my first upart wig, I just wanted to make sure that my everything was going to be right. Like, I didn't want the braids too thick, so to where they made it bulky, which I absolutely don't want. That's why I sewed the back down the way that I did. As you can see, it's pretty flat, so I shouldn't have a big bulge back there in the back. So it should all turn out pretty good. So basically, now that that is done, again, braid it all the way to the end. So these are going to be my leave outs, and basically I'm just going to twist them a little bit and put my little hair clip on there to hold those. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to do the part of my wig cap. Like I said, this cap was a little big, so I'm going to put it on, and I'm going to do a little etch and sketch of my perimeter so that I know where I want my tracks and stuff to stop. So, because it was a little big on my head, if you can see. So I know I want that under my, I'm going to do it just like this, like such, and I can feel the braids already through it. I can already feel the braid through the cap. So I'm basically going to I'm going to look in the mirror while I do this, and I'll come back and show you what I'm doing. Basically just going to line the part of my hair, and I'm going to kind of draw on the inside of the braid, because in that way I could give myself some leeway so it's not exactly a perfect fit, but it's a good enough fit. You understand what I'm saying? Like, I don't want it to be super, super snug, and I was told not to sew on that because then it keeps the cap from stretching. So, and this is relatively easy to do actually, because I just know that the bottom, I'm not going to need to draw a line in the back because I already know that the elastic band in the back, the bottom of that band is where my first track is going to go. So basically it's just mapping out the front of my hair and basically how this is supposed to go. So basically I think that's pretty much it, and I hope that I have etched it out good enough. Like, that's my leave out there. So as you can see, I've drawn my U shape. So now that I know, once I put it on my mannequin, see it goes up around like where my perimeter braids are. So now I know once it's on my U shape, so I can take this off. Once it's on my my mannequin, let me put it back on the mannequin. It should show me where my tracks should go and where my track should stop. And it does. And I can kind of just fine tune that. Like, my first track is going to lay here along this back, and then it's just going to work its way up along the lines. Like, this is where they're going to stop, so that I have the cap to sew in. And then in the front, it's just going to come up and then go up into the U shape. So in that way I know the shape of my head. So basically, let me just go into the products and what I did after I braided, after I did my pattern of braiding, and then I will be done. And then the next video you see will be the partial pictures of the wig making, and then you'll see the finished look. So let me hurry and do that. As I braided my hair, as I part my hair, and then I sprayed it with Pump It Up hairspray. I don't know if you guys can see this. Those of you who ever done quick weaves, you know that you use this, the spritz. I spray this with my hair. As I part it, I comb through it, I spritz it, and then I braid it. Because what that does is, as I braid, it sets the braids. And they don't get super hard, but they hold in place. So I don't have to worry about them running or loose. So as I stop to part another section of braid, they hold in place because the mold, they've been basically molded. In between that, once again, I only spray the spritz on the root area, like right up at the top. While I'm braiding down my hair, I dip my fingers in, rub it through my fingers, and then I continue to braid. And this is TCB's Hair and Scalp Conditioner, lightweight conditioner. And basically, as you can see, it's $5 at the local beauty supply store. But basically, I rub this, basically as I'm braiding, I'm rubbing it through, I'm coating the strands of my hair with this conditioner. And then last but not least, once I finished with my pattern, I took my Proclaim olive oil, which you can get at Sally's, and I just rubbed it down my scalp to condition my scalp. I actually absolutely love this. Every time I wash my hair, I put this in while it's still wet and blow dry, and it helps protect against heat also and condition my hair. So I also put this on my scalp to kind of moisturize and condition it now before I go ahead and sew it up. So I'm so excited that I'm kind of rushing through this video because I'm so ready to make my wig and put it on, and you know, I'm absolutely stoked. So I will see you guys later, and hopefully the pattern maybe helped someone with the braiding. Also, I chose not to, if you notice in my last video, I said I was going to leave the wings. I didn't. I actually braided them up because I figured this would be a better pattern to sew my wig. I wanted it to be nice and sturdy on there. And I actually sewed all the way to the edges. My babe, all the way to the edges. Baby hairs are here, but I sewed everything in. I left nothing out but my leave out. So I am excited, and I gotta go because I'm ready to sew in my hair before it gets too late. And I just want to, I'm excited. Okay, so I will talk to you guys later. Ciao. And I'm going to talk to y'all later. Okay, come on. I don't know. You see my hair hanging behind me? Like, I'm super excited.